Dolphins fans, welcome into Dolphins Today. I am Will Scott, and before we get into some Dolphins news, I want to give y'all an update on our likes leaderboard here at Chat Sports. We're having a contest in the month of June. Which channel can get the most likes? And right now we're in 5th place. Pretty solid considering all the channels we have here at Chat Sports. But think about this for a second. We have thousands of views on every video. So if each one of you hits that thumbs up icon right now, it takes 1 second, we will probably jump the Bears channel if we get that many likes. So hit that thumbs up icon, help us out. My goal is to get a medal, get into the top 3, hit that thumbs up icon, help Dolphins Today win the contest here at Chat Sports. So on today's show, I'm going to be breaking down this Ryan Clark-Tyreek Hill feud, and it really started on Tyreek Hill's podcast debut. Of course, those comments about Tua that went viral. So let's revisit those comments from his first podcast. He said, "I know the Dolphins will go very far. I've seen Tua throw the ball. He's that dude. He has a heck of an arm. He's accurate. He's got a good deep ball." But this part of the quote is what went viral. Obviously, Patrick has the strongest arm, but accuracy, I'm going with Tua all day. So Ryan Clark earlier this week tweeted this. Ryan Clark, a former NFL player, now an ESPN analyst. "Bruh, Cheetah know he out here lying on his podcast. I feel him, though. Everyone is talking about the podcast, and I'm sure Tua feels good about it, but he doesn't mean any of that stuff he said about KC or Pat." Part of the podcast as well was him talking about that KC was underutilizing him, and that's why he requested the trade. Here's what Tyreek Hill said in response. "I'm glad you live in 2 lies, bro. Congrats." Cheetah firing back at Ryan Clark. So who do you got here in this battle? Tyreek Hill or Ryan Clark? If you're taking Cheetah, type TH for our guy Tyreek, or if you're for some reason taking Ryan Clark, type RC down in the comments section. Let me know who you got. I mean, this reaction is unbelievable. I mean, anything that's Tua related feels like it just gets scrutinized, right? By the media, by fans everywhere. Anything positive that is said about Tua is taken completely out of context and is ripped to shreds. It is unbelievable. Tua could save someone from a burning building, and the media would criticize him for it. Every single time something positive about Tua is said, it's just thrown away like it didn't happen. But was Tyreek right? That is the question. Here are the numbers. The numbers do not lie. Tua had a higher completion percentage last season, higher completion percentage above expected, which is basically a next-gen stat that says these throws were not expected to be completed. Tua was in the positive there. Pat was in the negative. He also had a higher, much higher completion percentage of throws deeper than 20 yards, and he had a quicker release time per throw. Those are the numbers. Tyreek Hill might have been right. He did not say Tua was better. People are acting like Tyreek went on his podcast and said Tua is a better quarterback than Patrick Mahomes. Even Tua knows he's not Patrick Mahomes right now, right? He wants to be, mentioned among some of the NFL greats, but he's not even close to that right now. I think he has the potential to maybe become a top 10 quarterback in this league, but he's not there right now. All Tyreek said was that Tua is more accurate, and believe it or not, the numbers would point to that. Here is what Tyreek said on his second podcast episode about his first podcast. "I feel like a lot of people overreacted for no reason." Preach. They really didn't see what I said. A lot of people are just acting off emotion. On every social media account I own, I got death threats. I mean, really? Really, Chiefs fans? You're going to give Tyreek Hill death threats over those podcast comments? And I assume that KC fans were probably a little bit more upset about what he said about that organization specifically than he said about the the Patrick Mahomes Tua stuff. But when you look at what Tyreek said about the reasons that he requested a trade, the reasons were very valid. The number one reason he requested a trade was not money. He even admitted he was willing to take a little bit of a pay cut to stay in Kansas City. The number one reason was because he felt underutilized in the Chiefs offense. And yeah, you look at the numbers and you're like, how can you be underutilized? But you look at some of those Kansas City games where he did not get nearly enough touches. Kansas City lost some of those football games. You have to imagine that is pretty frustrating for a guy like Tyreek to know maybe he's being a little bit underutilized. But on top of that, Kansas City was not willing to pay him what he is worth. He wanted to be one of the highest paid wide receivers in the NFL. In fact, he said he was willing to do maybe somewhere in the $23, $25 million per year range. The Chiefs apparently wouldn't give him that. The Dolphins eventually made him the highest paid wideout in the league, giving him $30 million per year. Here's also what Tyreek said on his second podcast episode. We all know Patrick Mahomes is great. We know that. But right now, I'm going into a new season with a new quarterback who's trying to head in the same direction as Patrick and do great things and lead this team to a Super Bowl championship, who is also great, in my opinion, Tua. He doesn't have the accolades yet, but I believe in my quarterback. Now, this is why you subscribe, because any comments that are made about the Dolphins, any rumors, any news out there, we're going to be breaking it down. So subscribe right now. Get the best Dolphins content on the World Wide Web. Make sure to turn on those notifications, too, because we're hearing a lot of trade rumors about Erik. We're talking about at the Chat Sports office which Dolphins players could get traded. Someone gets traded, I guarantee you I'm going to be the first Dolphins YouTuber to get a video out. So turn on those notifications. You're going to get alerted right away. Right when we put a video out on your phone, you're going to get notifications. So turn on those noties and subscribe right now. Now let's get into PFF's wide receiver room rankings. So what PFF did is they ranked the best wide receiver rooms in the NFL, and we all know that any ranking like this, the Dolphins are going to be pretty high up on that list. But they did not rank the Dolphins first overall. They ranked the Cincinnati Bengals first. Now, you look at the Bengals wide receiver room, and I'm not going to deny how good it is, right? It is definitely a top 2, top 3 wide receiver room in the NFL. They have Jamar Chase, who as a rookie last season became a superstar. Tee Higgins, one of the best second options you're going to find in the league. Tyler Boyd, one of the best third options you're going to find in the league. But the dip for me is 3 and 4, right? That's a big dip. Mike Thomas, Trent Taylor really didn't do much last season for the Bengals. I mean, I guess they're solid 4th, 5th options, but that is where the dip is for me. Now, when you're looking at their top 3 guys, really, really solid, that makes them one of the better wide receiver rooms in the NFL. But are they the best? I don't know. Here are the top 5 according to PFF. So the Chargers coming in at number 5, the Bills at 4, the Raiders, who just traded for Devontae Adams. They also have Hunter Renfrow, of course. At 3, the Dolphins and the Bengals, the top 2 in the league. So we just looked at the Bengals. Let's look at the Dolphins. So the Bengals' first 2 options were Jamar Chase, Tee Higgins. The Dolphins' top 2, Tyreek Hill, Jaylen Waddle. I would take those top 2 over the Bengals' top 2. Ced Wilson, pretty similar in terms of Tee Higgins, in terms of a third option. I think Ced's going to do some work in the slot. Tyler Boyd was the third option on the Bengals. Erik, Ezukanma, and Preston Williams, in my opinion, are much better 4th and 5th options than the Bengals have. So I think the Dolphins have the top receiver room in the NFL, but I want to know what you think. Where would you rank the Dolphins wide receiver room? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Are they top 5? Are they not top 5? Let me know down in the comments section. It's the pinned comment on today's video. When an ad break comes, go down. Let me know what you think. I want to tell you what I think, though, about these shirts, and I love them. T-shirt combo we're giving you here at Chat Sports. It is a great deal. $20 off. These 2 T-shirts are just $29.99. Not each. You can get both for under $30. Chatsports.com/Dolphins combo. It's only on sale for a limited time. Go down and take advantage. You can get 2 T-shirts for $29.99. Chatsports.com/Dolphins combo. That link is going to be in the comments and the description of this video. Going back to what I said, though, the Dolphins have the best wide receiver room in the NFL. And, anyone that ranks them 2nd or 3rd, I'm going to respect that take, right? Because I think we can all agree the Dolphins have one of the best wide receiver rooms in the league, but 1 through 5, they're so incredibly solid. In fact, we're talking about the possibility of maybe trading Preston Williams. You could trade him to another team. He could be the second or third option on that team. Right now, he's not even a top 4 option for the Dolphins. And when you look at the current wide receiver core, it is so much better than it was when Tua was a rookie. It is wild how much better it is right now than it was 2 years ago. Let's revisit the wide receiver room when Tua Tagovailoa was a rookie. Devontae Parker was your number 1 wide receiver. Now he's the number 1 option on the Patriots. Have fun with that, New England. Isaiah Ford, Lynn Bowden Jr., all those guys, not great for your top 5 options. Now look at the wide receiver room now. This is significantly better. Tyreek Hill and Jaylen Waddle, the 2 fastest receivers in the NFL on the same team. Cedrick Wilson going to do some damage in the slot. I'm excited about Ezukanma. And then Preston Williams, a really solid option as well. PFF not only ranked the top wide receiver rooms in the league, they also ranked the top NFL defensive coordinators, and our guy Josh Boyer made the list. Here is that list. So Leslie Frazier at 1. Can't disagree. The Bills have a very solid, very, very good defense. Going to be tough for the Fins to go up against twice this year. Dan Quinn, Dennis Allen, Raheem Morris, and Josh Boyer round out the top 5. Now, do you think Boyer is a top 5 defensive coordinator in the league? Type Y for yes or type N for no down in the comments section. I have confidence in Josh Boyer, and I know a lot of people are saying, well, Brian Flores was the mastermind behind the Dolphins defense, right? Now Josh Boyer is not working hand in hand with Brian Flores, and because Mike McDaniel is known for being an offensive mastermind, he's going to rely on Boyer to become the defensive mastermind on this coaching staff, right? But Josh Boyer has a really good track record. I believe in this guy. I hear players talk about him. He has all that defense bought in. I like Josh Boyer. I think he's going to be just fine without Brian Flores. Look, there's a reason that McDaniel retained this guy. You see a lot of coaching exchanges on this team. It's a brand new coaching staff for the most part. He retained Josh Boyer because he knows how good of a DC he is. Now, we have a trade mailbag coming up. So let me explain how this is going to work. So you submit your trade ideas, and I will show them on the show. For example, my trade idea, Miami gets Deebo Samuel, San Francisco gets 2 first-round picks. So comment your trade ideas down below. It doesn't have to be someone that the Dolphins are trading for. It can be someone that they might trade away, like an Erik Rowe, like a Austin Jackson, Preston Williams. Go down in the comments section. Submit your trade ideas for a chance to be featured on our trade mailbag show. That's coming up very soon. Thanks for watching this edition of Dolphins Today. Appreciate you all subscribing to the channel. This has been Will Scott. Go Fins.